they reversed the result of your fight.
Yeah.
Should they reverse the result of that fight as well?
It just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right? To keep the integrity of the sport.
Tank is clearly fed up with the backlash from his knee moment in the Roach fight and has finally fired back at his critics. Despite his response, the ridicule hasn't let up, and Gervonta Davis continues to feel the heat.
Gervonta Tank Davis, GTD, and I don't mean got the draws, went up against Lamont Roach. Let me tell you something. Tank got spanked. Roach should have won. And Tank even dropped to his knee. It should have been called a knockdown.
It's no longer just Tank under fire. A new interview with referee Willis has surfaced, adding more fuel to the controversy. With tensions rising, let's catch you up on all the latest drama.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it was a draw. He take a knee. And plus the corner go up.
The same fans who once cheered his name and the analysts who called him boxing's most dangerous puncher are now tearing Tank down over a single moment. The internet has been relentless. Memes are everywhere. And suddenly, everyone has an opinion on what went down in that ring. Meanwhile, with the New York State Athletic Commission still reviewing Steve Willis's handling of the fight, the drama keeps building. Just hours ago, Tank had enough. He snapped, voicing his frustration with the sport. Asterisk, boxing is trash. Look at everyone bashing me. They're the same ones who bet on me. Asterisk, he said. Asterisk, you lose once or have a bad night. And suddenly, that's all anyone remembers.
Boxing has become this thing where, you have to be undefeated for people to care about you. And that's all going to go.
He's not wrong. Ever since the fight, the focus hasn't been on his career, power, or dominance. It's been on that moment. The moment he dropped to one knee. The moment Steve Willis hesitated. The moment Lamont Roach Jr. was arguably robbed of a legitimate knockdown. Just like that, the narrative around Tank shifted. The same voices that once called him unstoppable now question his vulnerability. Fighters who once avoided mentioning his name are suddenly taking shots. Acting like this is their chance to challenge him. And perhaps the biggest insult? People are now talking as if Shakur Stevenson could walk right through him.
To what may happen against Shakur Stevenson, I hear more about Shakur Stevenson after this fight than I hear about Lamont Roach, which I think is sad.
That's what really set Tank off. I lost focus in there, but that doesn't mean SHT. Asterisk, he snapped. Asterisk, I'll get back up and we'll see what everyone says. I'll put all of them down. Asterisk, it's clear he's not just reacting to the Roach fight. He's responding to the disrespect. Analysts, fans, fighters, everyone taking shots. He sees it all, and he's making it known he's not backing down. But while Tank deals with the backlash, the debate over the fight itself is still raging. The ProBox TV panel discussion made one thing clear. What happened in that ring was a disaster. Veteran boxing writer Dan Raphael didn't hold back. Asterisk, that bad night by Willis cost Lamont Roach a championship, robbed him of handing America's top fighter his first loss. A lot went wrong, and it was all against Lamont Roach.
The question is about Gervonta Davis's power. What is his power like? Is he as hard a puncher as he's made out to be? If the best name that somebody could give me, if somebody that he knocked out is a little dude who was at his, fourth weight? I can't read too much into that.
Former referee Jack Rice, trainer Stephen Breadman Edwards, and former champions Chris Algieri and Paulie Malignaggi all agreed. Roach's knockdown should have been called. The way Willis handled the moment raised too many questions. First, the hesitation. Then, Tank turning his back and walking to his corner mid-round. And in the middle of it all, his trainer, Calvin Ford, was allowed to step up and wipe his face with a towel. Asterisk, how does that happen? Asterisk, Malignaggi questioned during the panel. Asterisk, how does a fighter just walk to his corner, get his face wiped, and the ref does nothing? That's insane.
To me, I think I won the fight. Now, granted, 9th round should have been called a knockdown. 2 judges on the official scorecards gave him the round 10-9. If that was a knockdown, I win the round 10-8. That's a 3-point swing.
Now, ProBox TV founder and Roach's advisor, Gary Jonas, is taking action, pushing for the New York State Athletic Commission to overturn the fight's result. He has officially filed an appeal, arguing Roach should be declared the winner. His reasoning? The knockdown was clear. Tank turned his back mid-fight, and Calvin Ford illegally stepped onto the ring apron. Any one of those should have been enough for Willis to take a point. People make mistakes, but it always seems to favor the A side, Bradman Edwards pointed out, echoing a sentiment many fans agree with. When Tank was the undefeated superstar, everything went his way. Now that there's a moment of weakness, the conversation has shifted to how boxing protects its biggest stars. Malignaggi didn't hold back either. "You cannot call your own timeout," he said bluntly. Asterisk, that's not how this works.
Tank, you lost that fight. I mean, the only reason they gave you the fight was because you would make more money as a champion, but there's no way it's a draw, and they didn't call it a knockdown. If they called a knockdown, you lost that.
While the commission reviews the fight, Tank has his mind set on one thing: revenge. He knows that if he had knocked out Roach early, none of this would be a conversation. The same analysts criticizing him now would be praising his power if things had gone differently. And then there are the fighters circling him like sharks. Shakur Stevenson wasted no time throwing shade, implying Tank's performance proved he can't handle pure boxers. Ryan Garcia, of course, couldn't resist either, clowning Tank on Twitter with asterisk. "Not so scary anymore, huh? Asterisk."
So when your foot's out, one foot out, you're going to get in the ring and you're going to have that moment where you got to step it up and it just won't come. And I think that's what happened.
What do you think about him taking the knee at that point?
I think that
Should it have been ruled a knockdown?
100% should have been ruled.
Even Devin Haney, who has had plenty of back and forth with Tank, made sure to take a shot, reminding everyone that asterisk, real champions don't take knees. Asterisk, but Tank isn't just listening, he's taking notes. For him, this is personal. It's not about whether the knee should have been ruled a knockdown. It's about proving that one shaky night doesn't erase everything he's accomplished. He's built his reputation as the most dangerous puncher in the division, and now he's on a mission to remind the world exactly why. "I'll put all of them down," he repeated.
Thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own two eyes, and
There's already talk of a rematch with Roach, but for Tank, that's not enough. He's looking beyond Roach. He wants to silence every critic, to erase this moment from history with a knockout so brutal that no one ever mentions the Roach fight again. But the reality is, this controversy isn't going anywhere. Even if the New York Commission doesn't overturn the result, this will be a stain on his legacy, at least for now. Fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez, and Muhammad Ali all faced moments of doubt, but what defined them was how they responded. And Tank, he's making it clear, this isn't the downfall people think it is. If anything, it's the start of his next chapter. And if history has taught us anything, it's that an angry Gervonta Davis is the most dangerous version of him.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
Despite how much Tank hates it, the criticism keeps piling up from the biggest voices in boxing, no less. Every day, the debate over his controversial moment grows louder, with more fighters, analysts, and officials weighing in. The controversy isn't fading, it's escalating. And now, the latest twist is adding even more fuel to the fire. A newly surfaced video shows referee Steve Willis being confronted about his handling of the situation. The clip, which quickly went viral, captures a fan catching Willis off guard, demanding answers about why he didn't call a knockdown when Tank dropped to one knee. The fan didn't hold back, calling Tank's move asterisk some B. Asterisk Willis, visibly uncomfortable, refused to comment. "I can't speak on that," he said. When the fan pressed him again, asterisk, he did some B. "Oh, asterisk." Willis simply repeated, asterisk, "I can't speak on it. I can't."
What you was thinking when Tank did that when he took the knee? What you was thinking when he took the knee? I can't. Yes. Can you think on that? Yes. He did some book though. I can't speak. You no personal opinion, nothing. Yeah, especially you.
Willis's response only made things worse. Many fans see his refusal to comment as an admission that he knows he made a mistake, but won't acknowledge it publicly. The fact that the very referee who made the call is dodging the conversation is only fueling Roach's team to push harder for the result to be overturned. The fight ended in a majority draw. One judge scored at 115-113 for Davis, while the other two had it 114-114. But with mounting pressure, there's now a real chance the outcome could be changed. WBA President Gilberto Mendoza Jr. has already made his stance clear. Asterisk, let me repeat, taking a knee without a punch shall be ruled a knockdown. It affected the result of the fight.
That happened. You thought it was just an off night?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Yeah, I had a fucking off night walking in with fucking crew. Everyone has a fucking off night. It's fucking boxing. You wanna run that back with Cruz or what?
It wasn't just Mendoza Jr. who believed Roach deserved the win. Fighters like Terrence Crawford and Ryan Garcia quickly spoke out, claiming the wrong man had his hand raised. But the biggest bombshell yet, Canelo Alvarez has now entered the conversation, and his words were even harsher. Speaking on A Bureau in the morning, the undisputed super middleweight champion didn't just say Tank should have lost a round. He argued he should have been disqualified. Asterisk, he took a knee? That's a 10-8 round at the very least. Asterisk, Canelo said. Asterisk. And plus, his corner stepped in and wiped his face with a towel. That's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, it was a draw. He take a knee. And plus the corner go up and put it a towel in the face. That's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my view.
For a fighter of Canelo's caliber to say Tank should have been disqualified is massive. It's no longer just about scoring. It's about whether Tank should have even been allowed to continue. If the referee had enforced the rules strictly, Roach might have walked away with a stoppage win. Adding to the controversy, Tank's excuse for taking a knee has come under fire. His own hairstylist, who did his hair before the fight, posted on Instagram claiming the products used wouldn't have caused such an issue. The post was quickly deleted, but screenshots are now circulating online. And the backlash doesn't stop there. The New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, has confirmed that they attempted to use instant replay to review the 9th round, but were unable to do to a asterisk technical issue. Asterisk, their statement explained. Asterisk, during the round in question, following the commission's request for replay video, a technical issue prevented the commission from receiving it within the allotted time for review. Therefore, the referee's in-ring decision was relied upon, and the fight continued. Asterisk, but that explanation isn't sitting well with fans. If an instant replay system exists but fails when it matters most, what's the point? This isn't the first time NYSAC has been criticized over its handling of a controversial fight, and this latest incident is only adding to the growing distrust in the system.
I mean, look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, oh, that he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation for me. Like, there was a lot of people.
Roach's team isn't letting this go. They've now officially sent a letter to NYSAC demanding the fight result be overturned. Their argument is simple. Tank voluntarily took a knee, and the referee failed to call a knockdown, a decision that could have changed the entire outcome. But it goes deeper than that. Calvin Ford stepping into the ring mid-round should have resulted in either a point deduction or disqualification. Roach's camp firmly believes that when all these factors are considered, there's no way Tank should have kept his belt. Even Tank's own fans are struggling to defend him. Some argue that a 10-8 round for Roach wouldn't have guaranteed him the win, while others insist that even if it was ruled a knockdown, Tank would have found a way to finish strong. But those arguments are getting drowned out by the overwhelming criticism, and it's not stopping anytime soon.
We will never see that fight happen again. It just will not happen. Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't like hard fights. It's that simple. We've seen it over and over. He fought a Ryan Garcia drained. He fought a very inexperienced Rolly Romero. He will not fight Devin Haney. He will not fight Shakur. He will not fight Pitbull Cruz again. He will not.
To make matters worse for Tank, former referee Jack Rice, one of the most respected officials in boxing, has publicly stated that the wrong call was made. Speaking on ProBox TV, Rice was blunt. Asterisk, it should have been a knockdown, no question about it. The fighter voluntarily went down, and under the rules, that's a knockdown. Asterisk, he also pointed out that the moment Tank took a knee, the fight should have been paused. Instead, chaos erupted. Tank walked to his corner, got wiped down, and the referee let the fight continue as if nothing happened. This was a mess, Rice said. Asterisk, it wasn't handled correctly at all.
It's very unfortunate, but if there was some outside factor that did get into his eye, I don't know. You're walking on a gray line, and that's when things aren't necessarily black or white. So it's a tough call, and you don't want.
For the first time in his career, Tank Davis isn't in control of his own narrative. The fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters are dictating the conversation. And if the commission overturns the result, it could be one of the biggest scandals in modern boxing history. Devin Haney has now joined the growing list of fighters who believe Lamont Roach Jr. deserved the win. The former undisputed lightweight champion didn't just say Roach fought well. He believes he outright won. Haney's opinion carries weight, as he's watched Roach develop since their amateur days, adding even more fuel to the controversy. But like many in the boxing world, it was the 9th round incident that left Haney stunned. Asterisk, Davis voluntarily took a knee. It should have been called a knockdown. That was unheard of, asterisk, Haney said, making it clear he had never seen a ruling like that in all his years in boxing. That moment has become the center of the dispute. Asterisk, Davis, clearly struggling, dropped to one knee after Roach's jab, asterisk, near his eye. Referee Steve Willis, standing just feet away, initially appeared to start a count before hesitating and waving for the fight to continue, a decision that remains under heavy scrutiny.
Stop closing up and let it go. You turn, step around. You turn.
Roach's camp wasted no time filing an official protest. His attorney, Greg Smith, sent a formal challenge to NYC Executive Director Matt DeLalio, demanding the result be overturned in Roach's favor. While boxing protests rarely lead to overturned decisions, the sheer weight of this controversy, combined with NYC's admission of a technical failure, has raised serious questions about the sport's regulatory process. The impact of the decision, or lack thereof, was undeniable. Had Willis ruled it a knockdown, Roach would have won a 10-8 round, flipping the final scores and making him the new WBA lightweight champion.
The New York State Athletic Commission makes a statement yesterday that they're going to be reviewing Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, 9th round, knockdown, not a knockdown, whatever, to see what the...
Davis's explanation only added fuel to the fire, an excuse that drew widespread skepticism. Even his own hairstylist cast doubt on the claim in a now-deleted Instagram post. Despite the backlash, the WBA initially defended Willis's decision, publishing an article stating that the referee's call was not unreasonable or unjustifiable and dismissing claims that Davis benefited unfairly. But instead of calming the storm, the statement made things worse. Fans, fighters, and analysts erupted, calling it blatant favoritism. The backlash forced WBA President Gilberto Mendoza to act swiftly. He had the article removed from the website and publicly distanced the organization from its claims. Taking an unusual step, Mendoza personally apologized to Roach and his father via social media. Asterisk, champ, as president of the WBA, I must apologize for the opinion of a collaborator on our website. We believe in you from day one and are proud of you as a champion. Asterisk, his direct message to Roach's father carried the same tone, acknowledging the unfairness of the situation while insisting the WBA had always supported Roach's journey. But apologies weren't enough. The controversy had already reached a boiling point, and Mendoza knew the WBA had to take further action.
Rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long will you take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July.
The biggest move came when WBA President Gilberto Mendoza publicly announced that he had asked the WBA committee to push for an immediate rematch. Asterisk, I have asked the WBA committee to follow up on Lamont Roach Jr.'s direct rematch case closely. Asterisk, Mendoza stated, adding that he believed both fighters, as hinted in their post-fight interviews, would agree to run it back. Davis has claimed he's open to a rematch, but given the controversy, many doubt his sincerity. If the fight happens again, Roach's team will likely push for a different referee, knowing how costly Willis's decision proved to be the first time.
If I hit him with a little jab or whatever the case, oh, that ain't nothing. Or if he hit me, or if I block a shot, I was like, oh, too slow. Or, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Meanwhile, the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, remains under fire for its role in the controversy, with its admission of a technical issue preventing replay review, drawing heavy criticism. Many are now calling for reforms to prevent such failures in the future. A spokesman confirmed that the issue occurred during the crucial round, preventing the commission from receiving the video in time, forcing officials to rely solely on the referee's in-ring decision. But with even the biggest names in boxing weighing in, pressure on NYSAC is mounting. Roach's team continues to push for justice, and the WBA is now reconsidering its stance after initially defending the referee's decision. Davis still holds his title, but the controversy is far from over. Asterisk calls for a rematch are growing louder asterisk, and scrutiny on NYSAC's handling of the situation isn't fading anytime soon. The commission's inquiry could take weeks or even months, but once new details emerge, you'll be the first to know. So subscribe now to stay updated.